start with an opening statement from head coach, and then we'll open it up for questions. Go ahead.
All right, yeah, hey, so obviously, what a great game. That's a real Division III football game out there. Obviously, St. John's has got a tremendous team, physical, battled. I mean, it looked like we had got ourselves a little, stranglehold on that game for a minute there, and those guys just competed and just kept coming. And so, yeah, I mean, hats off to that program. We know it's a storied program, and we knew coming up here was going to be a fight, and certainly those guys did a great job. I'm super proud of our team and the way that they competed and battled. And obviously, there's a lot of back and forth in that game, and down the stretch, we had some injuries occur, some things happen that, weren't looking pretty, okay, weren't looking good for us. And we found a way there in the fourth quarter to just keep competing. Carter Markham stepped up at quarterback there and made some big plays down the stretch. Our defense came up with some big stops when they were needed and found a way to get it done. That's been the MO of our team all year. Our team is blue collar, they're tough, they fight, they compete, and our defense is going to make you earn every yard you're going to gain, and that's the way it went today. And so just really proud of our team and where we're at right now as a program and with the culture that's going on with our guys here, and they love each other and care about each other. And, that's a big win for Wartburg football right there. So,
Pat, first question.
Thanks. For Owen or Nader, for both of you, tell us a little bit about what it was like when it became pretty apparent that you guys as the defense were going to have to take this game on your shoulders and carry it to the finish to come out with the win.
So, yeah, I mean, the offense has been in that situation the last few weeks with Co. They had a 7-minute drive to finish the game. And last week, just finishing the game, just running the ball, getting the first down. So it was kind of our turn to take that task and finish the game. We knew in that situation with Nile down that we needed kind of a boost. And I think our defense did a really good job of just not getting too worked up, doing our job, staying calm, and just every 1/11th of the defense just kind of made plays.
Yeah, absolutely same thing. Just competing for our offense, trying to get those guys the ball back at the end, knowing that Hunter Clausen and those guys have up front, the O-line, have the ability to grind out those yards at the end, and get the ball back in their hands so that they can run that clock out and get the victory.
Yeah, and I can add to that for a second too. I mean, just want to mention a couple things. One, this group, the reason we've been able to do the last few weeks in terms of the offense and defense stepping up is because it has been a one day at a time, one play at a time mentality. That's what was set as the standard from the start by our seniors, and everyone's bought into that. So I think that's really what has come along here late in these games for us to be able to pull them off. And I also want to mention Antonio Santillan. This guy who's senior captain for us, fifth-year guy, has been injured after the Simpson game. Owen's been playing Mike for him. Preston Rochford gets injured. Owen bumps back out to Will, and Antonio out there on about 1.5 legs playing Mike, and comes up with the pick to seal the game. I mean, I couldn't be more proud of that kid. Like I said, come back for a 5th year, and geez, what a play for him.
I'll let Pat.
Appreciate that. You guys just defensively pass coverage especially, right? 4 interceptions today. Coach just referenced the key one, the most key one, I guess, at the end of the fourth quarter. What did you guys see today defensively from their passing game?
Yeah, obviously they have a great quarterback, great receivers out there, guys that can get the ball. So we just had to, stick to our guns, not eliminate yards after the catch. We knew that they were going to make plays, and we were just going to keep battling them and keep responding. And right when they caught the ball, just breaking and driving and eliminating yards after catch because they're really good. Obviously they're a team that thrives off of yards after catch and having really athletic receivers and really athletic tight ends. So just being able to, break and make plays as best we can, and know that they're going to get a couple plays with a team like that, and we just got to keep fighting until the end.
They decided early they couldn't run against you. Have you guys been doing that all year, taking the run away?
Yeah, we've been doing a pretty good job. Our whole front seven coming back from last year, so that was a big a strength of our team throughout the season. But I mean, the guys in the back end too, just make plays. Everybody on this defense is flying around doing their job, and it's not one person. It's just kind of the whole group coming together.
Next question, Frank.
When the quarterback went down, in the defensive huddle, what were you guys talking about? What was the mood like? Because that's a tough break in a close game, and it seemed like you guys sort of just stepped up and answered the call after that.
Absolutely. We always just say don't flinch. Things are going to happen in a game, and obviously that's a tough one, and Niles a heck of a player and a great quarterback. So we just knew, we went up to him, all of us, and, we're going to fight for you. We're going to get this thing done for you. And, just doing our best to keep that game where it was and hold on to that lead for him and for all those guys.
That goal line stand in the first half, can you talk a little bit about that? They couldn't have been closer to down on, inside the 1, and you guys were able to turn them away.
yeah, I mean, the 4 plays, I mean, just those guys up front, just getting push, and, you know, I'm waiting behind there, ready for a guy to come over the top, running back, and those guys are just getting great push, and it never even happened, because those guys are sitting there making plays. I know Dylan Steen rolled in there from safety one time and put a huge hit on there, to make a play there, and just, you know, every week we say they're not in there till they're in, you know, don't flinch, keep fighting, and that was a huge one there, fighting for those points, and, you know, definitely a big part of that game was making them stop right there.
Yeah, that's something that we put a lot of emphasis on in our practice each week. I mean, we spend a lot of time on red zone, goal line, that's where you get points. And so, like these guys just said, one of the emphasis down there is they're going to have to gain every yard they're going to get, and these guys buy into that. And just the physicality down there, I think, was evident in that situation.
Drake, what's it like to play with this team for another week?
I'm loving it, honestly. I don't know if you know, I transferred over here and I wasn't really doing much. And right away I could tell this is a special group, everybody loves each other. And that really came clear like after last spring, what were we, 7-3
last year, yeah.
You wouldn't think that's a down year, but we took that hard and we all bought in and everybody in this team loves each other. It's pretty clear. We play real selfless football.
For anything else of you?
Yeah, I mean, the 5th years that came back, they're really the core of this team. I mean, especially in this playoff run, like we're just playing for them, playing for one another, just trying to make plays and keep it alive another week.
Any other questions,
Yeah.
Pat?
Drake, tell us a little bit about the transition from when, after McLaughlin went out to when Markham came in. Like you guys eventually did find some rhythm and found some things that were working for you, but it took a little while. So tell us a little, it's like a timing, how is that?
Well, I mean, first of all, we needed to let him know that we all had his back because we see him every day at practice. Like, he's a legit dude. He can start, probably anywhere else in the country. He's a dog, for real. And we just told him, like, we all got your back and we know you're going to lead us to a win. So, I mean, obviously the first couple of drives he was getting his feet down because it's probably his first time getting in a game for a while. But, there wasn't a lack of trust or anything like that. We all knew what he could do.
Talk a little bit more about Marcus.
Yeah. So Carter's got a specific skill set, and so obviously when you're putting together a game plan for now McLaughlin, it probably looks a little bit different than if you were going to game plan for Carter Markham all week. And so I think that was also a little bit of that transition of, okay, what are the things that we want to be able to run with Carter? Put him in some situations where he can use his strengths, where he can really be confident when you're in a 3-point ball game and they're like, hey, you're up, buddy, let's go. That's a big challenge for a young kid. And so I think Coach Wheeler did an awesome job of, like I said, it took a couple series, but then finding a little bit of things that he could do. I think it said a lot about him. I don't know, you guys saw that zone read player, he pulls it around the edge, the way he finished off that run. I think that was kind of a little bit of a, at that point in the game, we needed that kind of spark. He made that nice throw on the sideline before that too. So, yeah, he's just the type of kid that he's a gamer. He won the state title as a senior in high school at North Scott High School. And so, he's been around winning football and knows what it takes. It's just going to take a little bit for him to, get into the rhythm there when you get in that type of game that late. So, yeah.
Next question.
He played, I guess I've seen you guys earlier. How much action had he seen today?
So, there had been some games where obviously they'd gotten a little bit out of hand and we were able to get him into the games late, but not in any games where it was like, hey, we're playing for the life of a football team and there's, fourth quarter with a 3-point lead. Here you go, buddy, let's go. And so, like I said, I'm really proud of him. I know it wasn't always pretty out there, but exactly what these guys are saying, he didn't flinch. Guy didn't flinch, he hopped in there, he was confident, he was ready to go out there and perform. And like I said, his teammates have his back, and that gives you confidence too.
Anything else? All right, thank you guys. Good luck next week.
Thank you guys for covering us. Appreciate it.